Booktube, it's Louise, the big head bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Lovely to see you. The hair will be up until September now because it is gorgeous outside, but quite warm. I'm in it's an interesting light in here because we've got blinds down to keep it cool and it's just too hot to film anywhere else in the house. So yeah, there we are, the obligatory, woo, it's warm weather conversation for when it gets just a little bit over 20 in this country. 20 degrees, we're all like, whoa, it's warm in here. We cannot do it. So lovely though. Yeah, it is just gorgeous. Love this country when the sun is out. Love this country when it's gloomy, actually. Love this country when it's really grey. We'd had enough of grey days, so I'm glad we've got sunny. Hope it's good weather wherever you are, and you are enjoying a breeze if you need a breeze, rain if you need rain, sunshine if you need a bit of sunshine. Hope you are good. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you everybody for commenting on my last video. I was not alone with my thinking it's tosh with Daisy Jones and the Six. Thank you everybody for joining in and say yep. Pretty much felt the same. However, somebody did say that they listened to it on audio, on I don't know what platform they used, and it was like a full cast performance, and it had the music, and I can imagine that was a lot more immersive. So I can understand why that would be a much better experience and why you would actually could possibly kind of connect to the characters more because you're hearing their voices and you're hearing the music and it would feel more evocative. So I can completely understand that. However, not for me. I think I've decided that Taylor Jenkins Reid, am I her target audience? No. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. So, yeah. Washing's on the line because it's beautiful, blue sky. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books, baby. So for my birthday, for a couple of weeks ago, I asked and received this fantastic book, Magical Britain, 650 enchanted and mystical sites, from healing wells and secret shrines to giants' strongholds and fairy glens, by Rob Wildwood, and it's from the publishers of Wild Swimming, which is Wild Things publishers, and it's in conjunction with Ordnance Survey. So you get the map references, you get all the map references you could ever possibly need. It's split into counties, or it's split into areas. You can also look at it in, there we are, gives you an idea of the glorious things. In our region, Region 7, there is a distinct lack of dots. Southwest has got a lot of dots, as has Wales. Wales got lots of dots. So we're a little bit low on dots, but yeah, it gives you, look at that, visiting a magical place. And the husband and I and the lad love an atlas. Love an atlas. Love any of these kind of guides. When we first got married, we got a map of the country, put it on the wall, and used to stick all the places that we went that had these kind of sites, these kind of wonderful earth sites with energy and feeling. So we used to love this, and I just thought, I need this book because it has all different kinds. It has mermaids and ocean spirits. If you've been with me any length of time, you know that the husband and I have a podcast called Spooky Tales. So it's the Spooky Tales podcast, Spooky Tales podcast on Instagram, and we talk about places, and we talk about places that we've been to, and we talk about, the husband tells me about a spooky tale, basically, and it's great. It's absolutely brilliant. So this is a really lovely book. I saw it advertised on Instagram, and then I went and had a look. I've liked The Wild Swimming. I didn't actually know it was published by the same people, but I do like The Wild Swimming. I've got another one by them as well, I think. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I've just got... It's got Wild Ruins, which would be interesting as well. But yeah, it's really lovely. As I say, we love Glastonbury, we love Avebury. We met when we were both living in Devon, when we were students together. So so we're going to be visiting some of these places, and I wanted this book. However, when I got it, I did suddenly realise how many other books like this I have. So I thought I'd show you some of the other books that I have. Thought you might be interested. So this was probably the first one that we used, and it's the Atlas of Magical Britain by Janet and Colin Board. All fabulously black and white, really old school. It doesn't have map references on. Does it? No, it doesn't have map references on, but it does give you descriptions of how to get to the sites, the spots that it talks about. And some of them are in the middle of a field, and it's just this... We went through this book. This was the book that we used to begin with that map. And we went through, and I don't know how many places we visited in this map, and how many times we got lost whilst following the directions. The directions are interesting, that's what I can say. However, it is glorious. That's Wicken Fen. Isn't it lovely? It's a really lovely atlas. This has more places near us, actually. There we go, Cambridgeshire, Norfolk and Suffolk. I think we visited an awful lot of those. So this has more places, but this is, it has a different kind of lean to it. So it has a lot about folklore. It's kind of the same but different, but this has a lot more folklore to it, I would say. And hauntings, whereas the Magical Britain doesn't seem to have anything to do with hauntings. Spooky Tales, we love a good haunting story, and this book had lots of places like Borley Rectory, and which we visited, lots of places that had hauntings connected to them, or reputedly did. So yeah, so we liked it for that. But beware, if you get this book and you try and follow the directions, they are creative. That's probably my best description of the directions. I don't think we actually used this much. This was a present for the husband from a friend of his when he knew about our love of a good ghost walk and a ghost visit, and he knew that we actually did. We had a book that has walks in London and ghost walks in London, and for his birthday, the pair of us took about 6-8 friends on a ghost walk in London. We ran it ourselves, and we wrote our little spiels out, and we did this ghost walk, which did feature a lot of public houses. Ghosts in London quite like a drink. That's what we found. And so we mapped out this walk, we took them, and it was a royal walk as well. So we did stuff about King Charles II, and it was really good. It was around Whitehall, if I remember. I think that might be where we started. It was really good fun. And he'd been on that walk with us, and so he bought the husband this Ghost Hunter's Guide to Britain, and we have used this. This is a lot more, because this is by Collins, and so it uses the kind of Collins mapping. if you can see, that is the beautiful Devon places, and that's Bury Pomeroy Castle, which I've not actually been to, but the husband has, and he says it's spectacularly spooky. So we did actually use it for a little bit, and then when we were going anywhere, we would look up to see if there was anywhere nearby that we could go to. Looking at this, there is a couple of places that we've not been to really close. So I think, husband, we might have to put some of these on our map. But yeah, the mapping in this is really good. So that's a good one. So we use that. We have used that in the past. We've used this in the past. Ghost Hunter's Guide to Britain by Collins. We've used this in the past when we were going somewhere. We would check to see if there's any spooky place to go. This is an old one of the husband's, which I just picked off the shelf. Atlas of the Supernatural by Derek and Julie Parker. This is old school. Woo-wee! This is across the world, and is more just a looky book than anything. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Just that lovely thing of you get a book off the shelf and you just sit and pore through it for a little while, and it's for no darn good reason, just except it's there. I mean, that's the problem if you start to clear a shelf. That's what I find. I mean, part of clearing a shelf is actually finding yourself reading and going, oh, I forgot about that book, and just having a read of it. So yeah, look at that, it's just beautiful. So this is an atlas of the world. So the others have been based in Great Britain, which is where I live, in the east, whereas this is much more across the world, and it's all different pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, we love these kind of books, and we don't get rid of them. We keep these. And then this was the one. Did I buy the husband this, or did he buy it? I think I may have bought it. I think I may have bought it for him. But this is, we actually live in Huntingdonshire. The Haunted History of Huntingdonshire by Mark George Egerton. So if you're in this area, you might like this. It's a lovely size book. It's a lovely floppy book. It's so detailed. Brad Barker. So detailed about the area, and it gives details about kind of sightings, like detailed sightings of hauntings and spookiness. Huntingdon Town Hall, and then True Blue Cottage. So that is quite something. Oh, it's absolutely superb. It really does give details about so much of the local area. So yeah, so if you're interested, if you live in the area and you're interested in spooky stuff that goes on in this area, then this might be worth a little gander. The Haunted History of Huntingdonshire. So there we go. So there's my kind of like just a few selections. So it was really kind of funny when I actually looked at it. I thought, we have got quite a lot of these kind of atlases of magical. This is a more magical one. This is magical but heavily on spooky, and then this is spooky. So these are my three, but this is the one we're going to be using at the moment. So yeah, so there's that. And then I can't talk about these kind of books and not mention this one, because it's one of my all-time favourite books. And I first read this about 20 years ago? No, about 18 years ago. It's a really old book. If you can get hold of a copy, I'm not sure it's even in print anymore. If ever you see it and you think, that big-haired girl on the internet, she talked about this. It's called The Green Stone by Graham Phillips and Martin Keaton. Now, this is the first and the second is called Eye Fire. And Graham has just written and released another similar to this, which I haven't. The husband's heard him talk about and says it sounds great, and so we're going to get it and read it because we just really like this book. So this is a psychic questing book. It says it's non-fiction and occult. That's what it's released as, and it's the ultimate terrifying quest for the inner key to the power of the ancients. Now, if that doesn't give you the tingles. So it's actually based in the 1970s, late 70s. And it's about these two chaps, Graham Phillips and I think another chap as well. I can't remember his name. What's his name? Andrew Collins. There's quite a lot of people that are actually mentioned who are real. You know, as I say, it's a non-fiction book. So it's Graham and Andy, and they have this experience called the Green Stone. And if you have listened to the last 2 episodes of Spooky Tales, which is like it's an advert, it's not, but it just is all collected because it's our passion. Yes, it is. This book is connected to the story that we are currently telling on the Spooky Tales podcast. So yeah, there we go. So it's called The Green Stone. It's just a really great book. I haven't read it for years, but and I really want to go to. And I haven't actually been to the places mentioned in the book, and I really should. But yeah, just making me think of it, just making me want to go. So yeah, there we go. Green Stone. Just thought I would show you some fun, magical books. Very excited about this. This is currently sitting on coffee table by where I sit in the lounge, and I keep flicking through it and looking at places for us to go and enjoy ourselves in this beautiful summer, especially in summer. So this has been lovely, Booktube. I'm actually going to take a break from Booktube for a little while. We've got quite a lot coming up. We've got some family illnesses that we need to deal with, and we've got some stuff coming up which is going to take a lot of my energy. So rather than just disappear, I thought I'd come on today and say it's been great, but I am going to step away from Booktube for a while. I'm going to do Yarn Chat on Sunday, and then I'm going to step away for at least a couple of months, because my energy needs to be elsewhere. But much love to everyone, and I hope you're well. And this has been great, Booktube.